The grind in the first round of Apex's ranked mode is uniquely upon us. It is very much in the middle of it right now. And I think maybe there are people, including myself, looking for some extra tips, some extra things to learn from ranked specifically so that they can continue to grow. What I have done is taken some 6 games from bronze, from the first league that I'm in, and I examined the games and I tried to learn the lessons, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So this is what I got, and let's jump into the first match. I'm in a position where I have a teammate down, I'm looting inside of a building, and I run into one member of another squad, and then I find out that the rest of them are right behind me. So I'm in a really bad place, but luckily I am the Bangalore. I have low health, but I do have my ultimate. I actually threw the ultimate in a pretty bad place. Most of that is probably going to land over on the other side of a cliffside. That's on the other side of an unreachable part of the map. So I think a lot of my ultimate is going to hit over there. But I think some of them will land close enough to kind of get them out of the area. Clearly they did, because they did not finish my downed teammate. And the next tip I have here is you need to finish your kills in ranked, because that's where you get your points from. It's easy to leave that guy down, but if I leave him down and then run away, it's very well possible that I could go to save my friend, die, and now we're eliminated very quickly, and I'm not going to get a point in ranked, and in fact, I might lose one if we're in silver. But all of these clips are coming from bronze. So now I'm waiting for them to jump out right in front of me, and I can take the rest of the squad down, and I can return to my teammate. Luckily, this is the first storm series, and you should not be afraid of this storm at all, especially if you have any sort of heals. I was able to use all of my heals to get my teammates back with us and into the next fight. We're into the top 10 here. And this is just kind of a bad spot. If I hit all of those shots on the Octane and took him down right away, we could have stopped focusing on him, gotten better position, maybe even looted up or started running away from the storm. But we have to finish him off here. I miss with another magazine. Another squad comes in, and there's nothing I can do other than hope I'm behind them. But I got to keep moving because it's a storm. Unfortunately, they had one person behind me. Their squad was able to finish off my squad, and it's a pretty tough break. But it's very common, so that's why positioning is very important. This brings us to clip number 2, and it starts out with, if you're not going to land on a door or on loot, you need to land somewhere else. You have to go somewhere else. You have to go to a different location no matter what. If you're not going to land on loot, there's probably going to be other people there getting the loot. I was spotted, and I was able to take advantage of Bangalore's passive to rush a weak character with extra speed and get to them quicker than they thought I would be, which gave me the jump, which gave me the knock, which brings me to my next tip that you just saw. Again, always finish out the opponents. This is a good use of using the smoke to get out of there and find some ammo, because I had nothing left to do with 8 bullets in the clip, but I need to be much quicker about getting back to my teammates. As you could see, one of them went down and was eliminated, but I'm able to find an enemy shooting my knocked teammate to get the kill, because they need to get the point, especially in the early game, and able to make the fake flank and come back to finish off this trapped teammate who's in a position of low health, and just a few shots being able to take them out. Right now I make the same mistake that I'm making by the person that just died. I'm not looting, I'm not really doing anything, I'm not healing. What I should be doing there, and boom, I spot another squad. I think it's just maybe one person, and so I go to chase them. This was the big mistake. If you see someone else like that and you find a whole nother squad, you need to get out of there and you need to revive your teammates. You're not going to be able to do anything when you're weak, and you're not going to be able to do anything without your teammates against a whole other squad. So I could have done more fakeetry, so to say, and used my smoke to make them think I'm going somewhere else and get out of here, but I didn't do that. And if you have if you're already weakened from a fight, you're always going to lose the next one, especially if it's very quick. Brings us to clip number 3, and here my teammates are behind me and they are getting fired upon by another squad, and I have 2 options. I can either go to exactly where they are, or I can jump on a position of advantage that's different than where they are, and I do that and I'm able to toss my ultimate. And the thing what that did is that ultimate either makes them rush you or it makes them run away. So either of those 2 scenarios are good for us, and ultimately I stayed in my position of advantage in the cover by the cave. They rushed at us to get into the cave and out of the cover of my ultimate, and me and my squad were able to wait on them and just basically clean them up. My teammate dropped there, and that's a terrible decision. I actually drop down in a couple seconds, and you can see why it's a terrible decision because now we have the same footing, and I luckily had my shields charged and was able to clean up that kill. If I did not have my shields charged, it could have been a death. That could have been poorer for the squad. Here, me and the squad are going for a jump tower later in the game. We get spotted by a team that has all over it. They're on top of another building, and we need to get out of there because they have the position of advantage. You always want to be on top just for the basic clipping aspect of when you shoot at the people down below, they have no cover. When they shoot up at you, they have the cover of the roof that they're on, and the hitbox is very small, just being chest or neck and up. So here we're able to go around and try to get a better position of advantage on top of them. I'm able to take the building next door to them, but it was just too little too late. They're able to get out of there. And luckily, we're able to get out of there without dying either. We tried to chase them down, but just didn't find them. This ends up being a win-win for both of us, which is kind of bad. It's a little bit good. It's good for us, but it's also bad for us, but it's the same exact situation for them. And now we know that there are other squads around, and we're waiting to find them. We're in the final 4. Next squad to die, they'll automatically get in the top 3. I have a poorly placed ultimate, only because it chases me out of where I am and where I'm healing. I should have thrown it much further than I did. You can see where I'm putting my battery. There's another one. I need to get out of here. And I lose the high ground. I lose time. I lose positioning, and it really just takes me and my teammate out, and me and my squad as a result of me being out of place. It just removes us completely from that battle that we were in, and I have to spend time that I don't have getting back to that fight, and we'll be able to see why I did not have that time later. Finally, I'm able to return to these people on this power rock, this rock that they have where they have that high ground over everybody else. I don't want to rush those people just for the simple fact of what we talked about earlier. I become an easy target. Instead, I'm going to wait for them to be down on a shooting range where I can start shooting at them. This will bring me to the next piece of cover, since we're talking about being in the high ground or being in the low ground. When you get lit up, you either need to find cover or you need to run away. Both of these things are options in Apex, but we'll be able to see examples of both of these kind of go back and forth. So we light up this guy, and he doesn't run away. He doesn't seek cover. He shoots back, and we're able to knock him down. Again, I only lose my shield. In this scenario, and somebody else shoots at me. Now I'm the person who's in the shooting gallery, and I need to get out of there. So the first thing I do is I run, and then I find cover, and I'm able to get a battery off, get a med kit, and return to my teammate who is still in the middle of this fight still. And he's healing right now, and we're in a position where it's okay. We're now in the top 3. The other squad is probably healing. They're probably looting. They're probably getting their teammates rezzed. So we're in a situation where we have a little bit of time. And here we're going to see my teammate, he's going to push the rock. And it'll end poorly for him. He's going to end up getting knocked because of it. I know that they're up there. I call him out. We're on voice chat. Everybody knows he's up there, but you can see him on the bottom right corner making his way, pushing up to the rock, and there's nothing you can do, especially when you run out of ammo. And I'm sitting here and I'm waiting because I want him to jump and drop down and finish my teammate. I want him to go for the kill right away, because once he drops down, he gives his positioning away. I'm behind this rock, and I'm going to be able to light him up. He'll have nowhere to go. If he climbs up the rock, that's just as good as standing in front of the rock. But alas, he does jump off the rock, and I'm able to light him up, and I'm able to chase him away and chase him down. But instead of chasing him down, what I should have done is go and revive my teammate. Where I end up in a situation where it's 1v1v1. And I didn't know it was a 1v1v1, but even though in any scenario, even if it's a 1v2v2, you really need as many people on your team as you possibly can get, especially in the late game. And instead of pushing this guy and getting just one kill, we could have rezzed the guy. That other guy would have finished up this guy, and then me and my teammate would have killed the guy that ended up getting the win in the game, that ended up killing me, or I guess I ended up getting the benefit of me dying in the storm because I'm worried about this guy. So as you can see, I'm way more concerned about this guy. I have to completely forget about my teammate at this point in time. There's going to be no chance to save him. I have no health. I go for a heal. There's one person left. I'm in the storm. There's no other option but for me to lose. For clip number 4, we think we're in a safe spot, but then all of a sudden we see a Pathfinder and another squad on a zipline coming right at us. The only thing that I could think to do in this situation is do as much damage as you can while you have the opportunity, and then find cover as quickly as possible. The next thing we're going to do is this Pathfinder is smart. He sees that we are below him, and he's going to stay up there. That's actually a Watson now. And they see me. The only thing you can do is make them expose as much of themselves as possible. And you can do that by running at them. If you run towards the wall, they have to run out above. And so that gives them the most amount of body exposed. And you actually have the least amount exposed. But the angle is still terrible. So now I'm running back to a place where I can control, because I have the rest of their squad coming at me. And luckily they're rushing because there's only one of me left and two of them. So I'm going to get into a position of advantage. I'm going to heal up, and I'm just going to stay there. Do not give up your position of advantage. I have the cover with the smoke. I have my headset on, and I have this corner to protect me. And I know that they're coming. And they're just going to keep rushing me because they think, oh, his squad's down, he's weak. Now, luckily, this Wraith just seemed to get a little bit clustered and confused, and I was able to make easy work, get back to my friends, take their loot, revive, and we're able to move on. And so now the next time we're going to join back up is when we're actually leaving airbase here, and we're going to run into another squad. We're going to see them on top of this big structure here, and we begin to plink at them. Luckily, normally I wouldn't do it, but I had a teammate right below this Pathfinder, and so the only way to get him off of my teammate was to start shooting at him. And our squad noticed that there's another squad near us. We need to get closer together. We need to be able to defend a position. And we need to be able to do some work here. And we can't do that when we're this far spread apart. And we begin to focus on this one squad over here, kind of forgetting about that other squad that was behind us. We're able to, find this guy up on this ledge up here. He's shooting at me, shooting at my squad mates, and he's mostly alone. But here is a Bloodhound, and I throw my ultimate. The only thing that this really does is get that guy to kind of run away now. You can see he was just still shooting, but he throws something at me, runs away, and his squad mate is able to come at me while I'm paying attention to that one guy. Luckily, I have my squad nearby because we got closer together, and he's able to hold some cover fire. I'm able to heal up, and we're able to come back at these people with full health and come back to a position of advantage. We also have the element of surprise because they didn't know where we were. This guy is not giving up his position, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like I just said, the other tip was don't give up your cover, don't give up your position. But this guy doesn't really have any cover. It's just, as you can see, I keep hitting him. So I'm going to go to push him, and I said, hey, you guys want to push? And they say, yeah, sure, we'll push. But no one was right behind me. So we can't keep pushing. We have to worry about this squad mate that comes up and finds him. But luckily, he's weak. So I'm able to take him out, but unfortunately, this is only going to spell disaster for me and the rest of my squad because we're taking too long on this particular fight. We're taking too long on this gun match, and other people, there's only 8 squads left. The zone is much smaller. It's in a wide open area. There's only so much before another squad's going to come and take you out. So I get knocked down. I have another squad mate out. Luckily, my teammate here is able to actually finish up the squad. And we're gonna, he's gonna revive me. But across the way, there's a third squad, or maybe even a fourth squad, that's gotten a position of advantage over us and better guns, and they start shooting us. There's nothing we can do about it other than die. Clip number 5 looks very much like clip number 4, except the only difference is it's early game, so it's much quicker. The enemy was a little bit easier to take care of. But pretty much the same thing happened. We had one teammate, except the roles were reversed. We had one teammate that was kind of on its own, starting to shoot at these people. He got knocked down, and then the rest of the squad find themselves out of position and getting taken over by a person that entered the fight later than them, that they had no idea where they were, and I got to take better positions of cover, and they rushed me. They rushed me alone. If this Gibraltar had rushed me with this, is it a Wraith or a Bangalore that's on the other team? I can't remember exactly who the other legend is, but if they had rushed me together, I probably wouldn't have survived it. And it would have been up to my teammate then to fight another 2v1. But unfortunately, they found themselves out of position and focusing on other people, and it was the downfall for them. Here is a terrible situation I find myself in. We're running through, we're rotating, and we see another person, unfortunately, right where we are, without really any time to get in a better position. I make stupid mistakes here that cost us getting out at, squad at the 10th squad now. So we hear this guy, it's a Bangalore, and I see a Bangalore running towards me, but it's my teammate, and now I'm out of ammo. The Bangalore is running at me. It was a disastrous kind of event, but the lesson here is you have to communicate more with your squad about what you're seeing and where you're seeing it and where they pick it up at, because if I knew that was my squad mate running at me, obviously I should have known by the colors, but communication is key. Clip 6 is also very similar to Clip 5 in that it's a squad that got caught and didn't know what to do. They got caught and they didn't do anything effectively. They have a Watson here, which is the best character to get stuck in a room with. You put your nodes in front of the door, but you put your nodes out of the way of being shot, like they were able to be shot here. And then you also throw down your ultimate so that I can't throw my arc star in there like I did. And then additionally, you don't want to run in front of this window. See, like me and my teammate, we're just shooting the nodes, we're just shooting the players. They made it real easy for us. Here's a situation where I made it too easy for the other team now. I'm running around, we're kind of all spread out, and I find one teammate, I have a Mastiff, so I start shooting at him. This alerts the rest of his squad to me, even though this guy lights me up himself. And so now we have to run away. Now we're in the position where we're running around not knowing what to do because our first game plan was foiled. We didn't have a backup. This is a result of, I have a plan, and now someone did one other thing, and now I don't have a plan, is a result of poor positioning. If we had looked at the circle, if we had played to the zone, if we had done anything else other than just go to this one squad and try to push them, we would have had a lot better luck here. But instead, they played positioning for where we were at in the game. And look at this fail of an Octane. I was trying to jump up there and hit him with the Mastiff, but now I've just alerted him and all of the other, 3 squads or 2 other squads that know exactly where we are because I've just flew through the air. And now we're out of position again. So the key here is it doesn't matter what gun you have. I have purple armor. I got a Phoenix kit. I got a Mastiff. It doesn't matter. Like 3 shots that guy absorbed, from the Mastiff. And so it doesn't really matter what kind of guns you have if you don't have positioning. And unfortunately, look at this. Boom. Another squad snipes me. And there's nothing you can do other than, think about what went wrong. Thank you to everybody who made it this far. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to take some tips and tricks away from that. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe, click like, and also you can find my Twitch in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys out on Kings Canyon.